And finally guys, we're back. As you can tell with the voice getting back over the call which I had for a couple of days, and the email just started to roll in about these videos and stuff and why I didn't upload the past couple of days. So I appreciate you guys are enjoying those videos and checking if I'm well. That's super good. But this video has been recorded a couple of days ago. I just didn't have time to finish it because there was a part missing I had to record myself. So we'll get to it right away, and you'll probably see the part where I talk to you at some point.
Good morning traders, welcome back to Bucharest. Today I want to show you a very important step when you backtest. It's probably the biggest thing I do now when I backtest. I want to explain you why also you should do this. But just before, let me grab lunch because I'm super hungry, and I'll tell you walk to the OC. So this morning I was just about to go on a YouTube live and share with you guys the strategy I came across and I backtested for the past like 2 or 3 days. Now I put everything into Excel. This is exactly what I want to show you guys after, how to do it, because it's really important. But I was really excited about the result because the stats were great and the profit was awesome for the past like 10 years or so. And then I went back, I just checked everything before going live on YouTube, and I figured out that there was an error with the data I entered. And so I was looking, instead of 2 to 1 reward to risk, the strategy was with 1, which means that I was kind of doubling the return. Definitely wouldn't work. So I tried to run it with 2 of reward to risk after, and then results were like bad. So I canceled the YouTube live, but we'll do that another time once it's going to be solved. But what I want to show you guys today is something very important. Now, if you trade like me, and if you manage your risk like me, when you backtest in MetaTrader 4, the result will be very weird, very fucked up, we could say. Because of the fact that usually MetaTrader 4 asks for a fixed position size that you're gonna put in per trade. Let's say 1 lot or 0.01 lot or 0.1 lot, doesn't matter. But it's gonna take the same position all the time. And so if you manage risk like me, which means I tend to risk like 1% of my account per trade, well then it's not gonna be the same position size all the time because the stop loss and pip will vary. So I want to show you guys how that works in Excel, how I've been able to do that, and kind of how I get this nice graph from my strategy. So let's jump on the computer and we'll get to that right now.
Okay, so I was trying to find a very nice strategy that was really working well to show you guys on today's video. We'll just take the worst case scenario with this example. When you get the backtest on MetaTrader 4, you will end up with something similar to this. It's like a graph showing you the progression. But the problem here is that most of the time, we have to place a trade with a fixed position size. That might be 0.1 lot, 1 lot, 0.01 lot. Doesn't matter. We can set this up for ourselves, but we don't really know how much we're going to risk per trade. We can only put a stop loss in terms of pip, but we don't know what that's going to be in dollar, which is kind of dangerous sometimes. So what you want to do with this is you want to flip this if you were to trade like me. I personally risk a fixed percent per trade of my account. So what I have to do is I have to take this data from MetaTrader 4, put it into a spreadsheet like Excel, Google Sheet, and test the result, see if they make sense. And most of the time they will make much better sense than in MetaTrader 4. So that's why you have to translate. And when you get to trade live, you'll probably see something more closer to what you see on your spreadsheet as opposed to on MetaTrader 4. So here's an example that I want to show you. And basically I'll go through what I do. It's pretty simple. I'm on my computer back home at the moment, so welcome back to Montreal. It's 11:34 in the morning, quite earlier, but doesn't matter. So here are the stats you get. You go into the results section, okay? And then you're just gonna be able to do copy all, and you wanna copy all the data. What I do is I put this to a spreadsheet on Google Sheet. I will paste all of this. I'm gonna go back in my computer here in Bucharest, I guess. 6:36 p.m. So here's the data you get on sheet 5. Okay, so what you'll have to do here is very important. First of all, the way I created my scripts, it's gonna give me a couple of different things. Okay, a couple of types of trades. So we have buy, modify, stop loss. We have take profit, and we have sell. Okay, now we don't need all of those, and we need to have some categories here. And what you want to do is you want to filter this. So I'm just gonna create a filter. Okay, Now we can filter this, and what we'll do is we'll try to delete a couple of them. So you will see that the buys and the sells, okay, they produce the result. It's just a buy or sell order, okay. The modify, they don't do anything else, okay. They might do some cases, and I could show you guys more on that in another video, but we might use them later on. So what I want to do is I want to delete all the buys, modify, sell, and okay, now we'll delete those columns. We'll put back all of these ones. And here's what we're going to see, the loss or the win, okay? Now keep in mind, this is using a fixed reward to risk as a take profit and a fixed loss. Let's say we're going to use in this example 2% of the account per trade, okay? So what I'll do is I'll do a small function, okay? A small if function. If this one is below 0, in this example we're using a 3-to-1 of reward to risk, so that would be even more, that would be 0.06. Now as you can see, this one was a losing trade, this one is a losing trade. We'll just try to put that to all the columns. Okay, that's what you get. Put this into percentages to make it easier. There we go. And one other column I want to add here, because I'll probably end up doing a graph in the end, is I want to add the kind of cumulative. Cumulative is going to be, this one's going to be this and this one. As you can see, like, this is not a good example of strategy, of course. It was a bad strategy and I knew it for sure. You'll see this is the end result after all these years of backtesting. Okay, I think we have 10 years or so. So what I want to do now is I want to put the graph. We could compute some stats here, but we have most of them in MetaTrader 4, so no need for them. But the graph is important because it's going to be a little bit different than what we see on MetaTrader 4. Because keep in mind, this graph that we see here at the bottom, this is good, but some losses are going to be bigger than some wins, and some wins are going to be much bigger than losses. So we'll put a simple graph. We'll do insert. In regards to the series here, we'll put this thing right here, the cumulative, because we don't want to see only profit and loss every time. We want to see the cumulative of that. And this is what our graph will look like. Okay, so not a very good graph in this case for the trades we had, but I just want to show you guys that this is really what's going to be the profit and the loss over time. Okay, now we could change this a little bit. We might want to turn this into a column chart here, and that will give us the exact same principle, a little more clear to see. I want to show you other examples of how I've been able to do that. Here's another strategy that's a little bit better, but kind of break even. How that makes sense, I hope you guys understand the principle, how it works. Let's get back outside a few days ago. Cool, so you guys made it back. Now, I have to work this afternoon. I want to go work on a strategy I've been talking about a few times, and I come across something interesting, so we'll do that. And then I think I want to go to a walking tour later today, which is a free thing you do here in, for tourists in Bucharest. But that was highly recommended to me a couple of times, so I want to do that. And yeah, let's find a coffee shop. Oh my god, check this out. I'm done with the work, so let's get on to the walking tour, if I can find the place.
And why Bucharest is a city of contrasts. We will talk about the First World War, the Second World War, monarchy, and new initiatives that are happening in the city. You will see how Bucharest was transformed, and well, I think that's about it.
That looks like a pretty interesting area. It's like closed with these umbrellas in the top. Pretty cool.
A frog? No, but I appreciate your answer.
Owl?
No, it's not an owl. No.
Is it like political message?
Yes.
guys. We got the next day. I ended up meeting two great guys at the tour. Went out yesterday evening. It was pretty cool. Sorry for the voice. It's like really bad now. I've got this cold for a few days. I hope you guys like this video. Give it a like if you enjoyed the video. And comment below what you thought as always. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Ciao.